Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is January 3rd, 2025, and this is my weekly market review. I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only because, as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Happy New Year, all. Up. Mine's the wrong thing. Let me see if I can get that back up and all, and it should be, there it is. There it is right there. And now let me see if I can resize it. And how is it going to resize? It's going to resize funny, of course. I think it's about right in here somewhere, maybe a little bit bigger. And I'll slide it out, slide this over. We don't need all that noise. No, we don't need all that noise. One, got all that noise. And let me maximize this. Maximize this quarterly chart. Now I slide this over like that. And this is what we got. All right, on this quarterly chart, make sure that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a day chart. Well, I'm looking at a day chart. First of the year. You think things will just carry over, but that's just the way it is. On this quarterly chart, what we see, starting off the quarter, starting off the new year, above pivot. So again, are we going to have another strong bullish year? And this is the thing. We get that first quarter starting out above pivot, keeps running. Starting out below pivot, keeps dropping. Starting out above pivot, keeps running. This is just the pattern. This is that whole quantitative analysis that Wally likes doing, and it seems to work. Even here on this first quarter, we started out above pivot. It's kind of dropped down below pivot, just barely below pivot. Had dropped a whole lot further and pushed up, and by that second quarter, it was above pivot and kept running. This is what happens in a bull market. And the thing is, how long is this bull market going to last? Here we can see that was 1 year, 2 years, and this is 1 year, 2 years now. Then we got a pullback. So again, that's why I'm kind of expecting that pullback at any time, but we had a real strong bullish year the last couple of years. We kind of hit bottom back at the end of 2022, and we've been running ever since then, 2023, 2024, and now we're going into 2025. Are we going to keep going? That's the question at this time. But that's what I see here on this quarterly chart, kind of giving you a big picture and probably a better review of what's been happening than I did with my other little video on the quarterly chart. But let's go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On this monthly chart, we can see that we are still above the 9-10 moving average. So technically we are still in a bull market. We are above pivot again. These are the quarterly pivots. So again, I kind of expect this market to kind of like keep running. We can get a pullback, kind of expecting a pullback. We had this doji last month, starting out this new month, and we are already looking, like this market wants to go higher. But let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there on this weekly chart. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Back up just a little bit. Let you see I have the 50 and the 200 moving average. We're well above those two moving averages that the big guys like looking at. That's why, and this thing has done a little bit of a pullback here, earlier in the week, and then by the end of the week here, it was back up. This is a holiday week though, but we're going to be opening up. Let me zoom back in a little bit here. Look like we're going to be opening up the first full week of the new year below pivot. So again, we do have lower highs. And these last 2 weeks, we have lower lows, and we finally got below that low of that big red candle of that bearish looking pattern that we had back here a couple of weeks ago. So this thing really is not out of the downward trend that is in. So be mindful of your trading plans and your trading strategies, going forward, because we will look like we will be opening below pivot. The question is, will we actually get that higher high next week and that higher low? What's going to happen? But let's go ahead and go down to the daily chart and see what we see there and wrap this on up. Because on this daily chart, this is where we start seeing that this market did make a downward move, and then this holiday week that we had over the New Year's, it made a downward push with these lower lows and lower highs. But on this daily chart, we can see that now we have made a higher low and a higher high. The thing is, will this trend continue going into the first full week of the year? And that's all I really have to share at this time. Are we going to start making those higher lows and higher highs coming into this new year? And that's it. Have a happy new year, guys. Great trading for this week, this coming up year. Make a lot of money. And that is all I have to share at this time. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.